Hello, welcome to Custom Creator. I'm Danny Lee, OGT. That over there, Paul guy is.
I'm OGL Schmidt.
You're a little bit small, OGL. Hold on. That was not a.
Only that was the first time I'd heard that.
I gotta make it about the same size here. Marillion. Ain't seen you guys in a while. We've been in Finland and we've been in Australia. Where are most of the Marillion fans? Where do you guys live? I know where Digibird lives, but I ain't telling everybody. Oh no, OGL. Sorry.
Oh my God, what happened?
My bad. I made you like 10 foot wide and 2 inches tall. I tried to shake you off, man. All right. Sorry, guys. We're not trying to be stupid. So I hear from my Marillion guru that this is a good song to do. I had the song Faith picked out, and I was advised that this would be a more power punch type song. And already just glancing at the lyrics, I could see it's deep. And I'm curious to hear a studio version of Marillion. I've never heard a studio version. Sadly, I have not went back and listened to the songs we reacted to in the studio version. I haven't even thought about it really. They're so good live. Again, the emotion, the pure emotion, the vulnerability, the passion, and the I don't know. Give me another word, OGL. That Marines just.
I also would say Marillion is one of those bands. When you go to one of their shows, you definitely feel it. You leave. Excuse the melodrama, but you leave sort of changed. They're again very powerful emotionally, very expressive. Isn't that the word that Gilberto used to describe this song? He says it's one of their more expressive songs, which I can only imagine because everything we've heard from Marillion has been so expressive.
Yeah, how could it be more?
Yeah, but this thing is like 13 and a half minutes long. This is definitely an epic. I think the longest Marillion song we've done, either just Danny doing it by himself or with both of us, has been what?
Happiness with the Rose, about 8 minutes.
Yeah.
The Neverland, I don't remember how long Neverland was.
I think Marillion's never been one to shy away from longer songs, but this is definitely the longest song we've reacted to from them. It's actually one of the longest songs we've reacted to, period, I think.
Yeah, I'm a Tool fan. I'm used to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to jump into it because I'm sure we'll talk a lot during the song. Marillion Army, I'll call it, or Dan Biting Army, I guess. Glad you're here, really. And how do you say it? Hogarth, right?
Hogarth?
Yeah, I trouble pronouncing that for some reason. He is just he is an artist. He's not just a vocalist. Complete and total art. And I know all music is art, but he literally is this expressive art. And that guitar, and they're a great band. They're tight, really tight.
Yeah, Steve's 100% investment in the music, just not just his voice, but just every movement of his body. It's amazing to see. We're gonna miss that in this video because it's just it's an audio bit, but we do get to hear Marillion's amazing musicianship in the studio format, which we have not had a chance to hear yet. So let's do it. Invisible Man.
All right, so ha, off the beat. Pardon the pun for the offbeat, but two of my favorite songs in the world is Lyrical and Time. Lyrical by Tool and Time by Pink Floyd. They both have a heartbeat in them, and that's what I hear in this. I hear a heartbeat sound and all kinds of distractions, which goes with the lyrics. I have slipped away while I was distracted. It slipped away while I was distracted. The world's gone mad, lost touch, shouldn't admit it. It seems like chaos, but it sounds good. Like I can't wait to hear this in my car. Um, Hell, what's your thoughts? It sounds so psychedelic to me.
I'm absolutely loving the build. Just the almost random atmospheric noises in the beginning. I'm positive like all those sounds were made on a guitar. It's sort of like swishing and scratching sounds, just again, ambient texture stuff. What I think amazed me is normally when you have a singer and they're like really raw live, you listen to them in the studio and it's a much more polished. It's a more, for lack of a better term, professional affair. Steve sounds exactly the same. And I'm willing to bet that if they released videos of him recording his vocals like in a recording booth, I almost guarantee you he's getting into it the same way he does live. I think that's just how he performs. So that was I loved hearing that. I loved hearing the fact that he puts that much into his performance, regardless of where he's at. If he's in front of thousands of people, you get that much emotion. If he's by himself in a recording booth with a producer watching, you get that level of emotion. That's just how he performs. There was a bit towards the end where he went into what sounded like a falsetto and there were almost like some church organs type keyboards that came in that I literally got goosebumps on. So I can only imagine where the song is going, but I am digging the journey so far.
It almost gave me a Nine Inch Nails vibe too, like that part you're talking about, that sound that was and that's really the only part I really liked about Nine Inch Nails was the quirky sounds. Um, the world's gone mad, and I have lost touch. I should admit it, but I have. And when you do psychedelics, you feel that way. Like, what is everybody doing with the phones and all that feels unnatural. And you kind of tell yourself, damn, I've lost touch from nature. I'm part of this. I do this too. I shouldn't admit it, but I have. I've slipped away while I was distracted. It slipped away while I was distracted. Like, now I don't know what he's talking about here, but I haven't changed. I swear I haven't changed. How did this happen? I didn't feel myself evaporating. That's just my take on it so far.
That's the an alternate version, and again, I think the great songs have multiple meanings. I'll simply offer a different perspective with a similar result. Uh, you're mentioning psychedelics. I will simply say sometimes when something happens or there's a sequence of things happening that causes your mindset to change, you all of a sudden look at the world and you're like, okay, what happened? Especially if it's something bad. If you're trying to process some kind of grief or some sort of anger, you look out in the world and you're like, okay, I don't remember it being like this. What happened? Was I did it slip away while I was what slipped away while I was dealing with this stuff in my head? I don't feel like I've changed. But it maybe has the rest of the world changed? I did like what you once were. You feel like it evaporated. It's gone. It's receded or something. So either way you look at it, it's really poignant. It's really touching. Uh,
It's,
I used to write. I'm sorry, real quick. I used to write poetry. I wrote something called The Faceless One, which seems to be about something similar to this. So I'm really interested in seeing where the song goes as far as detailing this mindset because I think it's fascinating. I'm sorry, continue,
It's,
sir.
it's definitely a moment of reflection. So I was.
Yes. Yeah.
Love that. Bongos, I hear bongos. Right there. And I don't even want to stop that, man. That's so good. The drums are nasty. That is so nasty. That drummer is killing that, man. It's almost heavy but melodic, subtle but loud. Oh man, the drums are so good. Uh, and of course, Rothery, right? Steve Rothery, is that it?
Yes.
With those beautiful
Yeah.
guitar tones. I can't help it. It sounds like David Gilmour. It really does. Not that's not bad. I've never said anybody sounds like David Gilmour on the guitar. So I would imagine David Gilmour has been is for or was an influence on Rothery. The drummer deserves it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Honestly, dude, the whole song really does give me like classic Floyd vibes. Um, like I feel like there's it feels sometimes like the song is split up and there's like the almost see I can't talk. There's seemingly random musical events. Like you have the steady drum beats, but then there's like a keyboard sound or a chime or a vocal melody, and they almost seem, I don't want to say dissonant, but they seem disconnected. Then all of a sudden they'll converge into like a melody or a chord that just sounds so beautiful. I mean, some of the keyboard sounds that they've got going are just so soothing. And there was a bit where, like, there's always a joke. A really good singer could sing the phone book, and you'd be invested. There's a bit vocally where he's literally just like listing countries, and it still feels emotional.
Yeah.
Um, this bit when he's talking about my body has gone, my eyes remain hovering, witnessing, cold as a ghost. Like you could go either he's directly talking about the transformation of the invisible man. You could go metaphorical. This did make me think of what you were talking about psychedelics, where just your perspective is just very adjusted, and it seems like the rest of the world is um, I guess different. As again, someone that's never done it, but like just and again, even like the seeming randomness of the sounds gives me that vibe as well. Uh,
But
I
it
have
all
no
seems
idea.
normal. That is what a psychedelic experience is
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
I can't explain to people enough. It's not a buzz. You're not. You just lose muscle memory. All that, like you don't know how to work your phone anymore. You can drive, of course, but I mean, like technical things. It's like your muscle memory isn't there anymore. You lose that. So that, for one, is a very profound experience in itself. Um, Everything is just you can feel everything. You know that the leaves in the trees are alive. You know that there's bugs everywhere in the ground and there's particles flying everywhere. You just know it. You don't have to see it. It's not like it's a beautiful thing, and it isn't always. Sometimes it's ugly, but so is life. And all movies aren't beautiful. All songs aren't rosy. Uh, the sheltering in doorways, and then the listing of the countries. I can't peg that. I know as soon as they hit Amsterdam, the a different sound come in that we hadn't heard before. I heard a maraca earlier, like they using the
yeah,
the
yeah.
westerns, and the bongos was like you said they were incorporating it almost like rotating them like a band with time signatures, which I'm sure they're doing that
There
too.
is yeah, there is so much going on with this song, but it's never overwhelming. It's absorbing, but it's so complex and so dense, but it doesn't. It's the sound isn't off-putting. It actually draws you in. Everyone watching, when you're done watching this reaction, go to the charismatic voice. Go to whatever her latest reaction was, and ask her in the comments why she hasn't reacted to Marillion yet.
Yeah,
Because I guarantee you, if she listened to the song, she would have paused like 15 times already.
yeah, definitely.
We're Danny. I think Danny's in the same mindset I am. We're just honestly kind of vibing off of it. pausing it kind of feels like it would disturb that rhythm.
Um,
And I realized we should have a job to do, but wow, this Digiberter knew what he was talking about when he recommended this. This is an amazing piece of work.
And, you know, not to keep bringing up Floyd, but across the clouds I see my shadow fly out of the corner of my vulturing eye.
Yep.
I dream I'm frightened by the morning light, can blow right through the soul, can blow right through the roof, can blow your soul right through
Dream
the roof of the
unthreatened
night.
by the morning light could blow the soul right through the roof of the night.
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't say that. That's so reminiscent of that. It just the body is gone, eyes remain hovering, witnessing, cold as a ghost, watching the streets. It's just beautiful songwriting too. And there is no certain chorus and there is no certain verse. I love that. That's my favorite kind of music.
Yep.
I guess you call
But
that
it never
prog,
feels.
whatever.
Yeah. I mean, this is, if you want to look, this is proggy as it gets. But
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
it's but it never feels, it's not showboaty. It's not jagged or disconnected. It flows. It's the only time it might feel disconnected is when it's supposed to. Yeah, wow. I mean, this is as ear pleasing music as you could possibly get.
And you can be
So this is
super
another.
talented and great at time signatures and switching them, but to make it seem smooth is a different story. I'll give you a great example. Rush is a very talented band. They can play a million different time signatures in a song, but they don't always switch them smoothly.
Right.
Some of it comes out of nowhere, and you're like, "What the hell was that?" Just an example. No offense to Rush, but I think Marillion is a different beast as far as that goes, and this song is evident.
The technicality that they have is there simply to serve the emotion of the song. You can definitely tell in this. Yeah, we're not even halfway through. Good Lord. Where could the song possibly go next?
I love this instrumental. man, he's so powerful no matter what he does. Um, I think now we've shifted into an internal battle within himself. Um, maybe she just don't notice him, and he's. I firmly believe the beginning was like a DMT trip. Now maybe he's coming down, and maybe there was some abuse going on. You all right, Greg?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Maybe there's some abuse going on with the woman. Apparently, she lives upstairs. Um, and maybe it seemed like he was talking about God for a minute, but then if you're they practices say that your God is whatever you're worshiping in that moment. If you're sexually aroused, you're going to change the way you think and act to get sex. If you're hungry, um, whatever you're craving at that time or is what you worship at that time. It's just an idea or principle, a different point of view. But it's almost like he was talking to her in the sky. He could feel her breath, he could feel everything. But if she was to try to return it, she would just go right through him. So it seems like an internal struggle with sanity and love and life. Um, oh no, there's a lot to take in there.
Most definitely. Um, to me, trying to look at the lyrics as a whole, it definitely sort of seems like this is someone that feels that he is not noticed. He feels, I guess, unvalued. That no matter what he does, no one sees him. It seems like almost like the invisible man part is literal when he's talking about following her to her house, but maybe she's talked to him about her life and things she's uh, dealt with. If the person she's with is abusive, maybe she's confided in him, so it's almost like he has followed her, and he can't do anything to help her, whether out of fear or whatever. Um, and it almost seems like there are times when he's made peace with it, or he's saying, I will walk stride for stride with you. I will try to help when you stumble. I'm sorry, I will try to help when you stumble. You will stumble through me. It just sort of feels like it's someone who cares deeply for someone and is trying to maybe help them, but they don't see him. He's, I guess, maybe there when convenient and then forgotten. I will say this: the song has no vocal melody per se. I mean, the vocals are melodic, but there's nothing here that you could hum. There's nothing. There's not like a hook per se that will be played on the radio. Uh, but the Steve's performance here is amazing. Very subtle fluctuations in the dynamics and the volume. There's even been some bits where they would add effects to his voice just for like a word or two. But in the end here, when he's increasing his vocal power, again, it sounds exactly like he does live, and like when he's saying "I'm the Invisible Man" and his voice is completely breaks on man. Like it's no one is like, okay, Steve, hey, can we try that again? Let's clean it up because it's gut wrenching as it is. It's really powerful. It's why I took my glasses off because I was tearing up a bit. Um, because again, long time ago I was young and I felt this way too. That you're sort of crazy in love with someone and you do what you can to be there for them, and it's like they just kind of look through you. It's the most maybe mundane interpretation of the lyrics, but in a lot of ways, though, it does make sense. Just someone that feels like they're not being noticed, and maybe it's sort of a pattern in their life. Uh, all I know is that at the end, towards this, I feel very sorry for the person that they're speaking about. And music is about transmitting emotion.
If it wasn't for the making love references, could almost be like a talk with your God, talk
I can
with
see that too. Yeah.
with the divine. I mean, everything is referencing flying in the clouds, and I can feel you. I can see where you live when I close my eyes. Up the spiral staircase, or winding, maybe it said, but that's what it is—a spiral staircase, which is um, what's in a lot of the old architecture churches. And there was even a reference to Saint Stephen's, I think, and
Yep.
yeah, a lot. I mean, it would be like what God would feel like if everybody didn't believe anymore.
Yeah, maybe he's having a crisis of faith where he's going through a rough time and he feels that maybe he's invisible to God.
I have read all your letters. I know what you contain. I have dreamt your dreams. My head is haunted. I will scream again. I'm perfectly sane. Yeah, that's so deep. So yeah, that takes some interest or some reflection. This will not be the last time I listen to this song.
Most definitely.
This is a great song to reflect, to go out, drive your car, or whatever you do, and
Yeah.
sit by the lake. Uh,
Turn off the lights, either curl up in bed or sit, put your back against a tree and look up at the stars.
Smoke some DMT, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a beautifully well written song that's extremely complicated,
Yeah.
vocally, perception wise, and instrumentation.
Yeah.
Go back a little bit. We'll let it finish out.
I have read all your letters. I know what you contain. I have dreamt your dreams. My head is haunted. My head is haunted. I will scream again. I am perfectly sane. I'm perfectly sane. But I am the invisible man. I am the invisible Talk to me, acknowledge me, confide in me, confess to me. Leave me free, leave me
Wow, props, man. And also Rod 3's guitar, the drums, the bass players killing it, the keyboards. Uh, yeah, I love that song. I love a song that you can't just, oh yeah, that's what this is about. Um,
Yeah, there's nothing simple or straightforward about the song whatsoever, be it musically, vocally, lyrically, conceptually. Also, like you were dead on with the David Gilmour comparison. Yeah, that's those guitar lines are 100% out of the David Gilmour playbook.
Yeah, it's great to see a band embrace emotions and how emotions feel and try to talk about how confusing they are, because it seems so cut and dry to a lot of people. Oh, you're mad, you're happy, you're sad, and you done this because of this. And sometimes you don't know why you do things. You don't know how you feel them.
Yeah, there's a lot of unexplored gray area, emotionally speaking. It's
Yeah, so
you know sometimes your anger has a bit of happiness in it. It sounds weird, but it can happen. Um,
well, have you ever got so
this song,
frustrated you just started laughing?
yeah, um, yeah, this song goes through so many emotional shifts, and they feel very human. They don't feel musical per se. They feel very in line with the natural sort of rhythms that govern how humans feel. And again, I think Steve Hogarth's vocal performance really does have a lot to do with that. That is his connection and his. I think obviously his range is great. His tone is very good. He's got the goods vocally speaking, but I think one thing he does as well as anybody and better than 99% is he just sounds so human. Again, those bits in the end where his voice is breaking, in the acknowledge me, and then when he says confide in me, confess to me, or leave me be, the exasperation there and sort of the desperation, you can feel it. There was the bits that we were talking about where he's talking about, I'm following you up the stairs and I can watching you making love, and like that could to some people come across as kind of stalkery, but because of how Steve delivers it, like there's never any malice or malevolence or anything like that. You feel bad for
If
him.
if you're infatuated with someone and you follow them around, you don't see yourself as stalking, but
Mhm.
someone else might. You know,
Very true.
you have
Very
no
true.
malice and you're not trying to hurt anybody or peep, be a peeping Tom. You just want to see that person. And
Hmm.
almost at the end, it almost felt like he was trying to convince himself that she was real. Uh,
Right.
almost that feeling like, is this all just a? Am I wanting to be with someone? I have dreams sometimes because I haven't been with a girl that interested me in a long time. I've had, I got 3 girlfriends that are gone, passed away, and so there's nobody on earth that I love like that as far as a female. I love a lot of females, but I love everybody. But you know what I mean. And sometimes I have a dream that I'm with the love of my life and having a great time, and I wake up and she don't have a face. Like I can feel the love, I can feel the companionship, the unity, and embrace, and it feels just like love, but she has no face. So uh, makes me feel a little insane sometimes. So there's many interpretations here, and I think that's the point. I love the imagery back here too. That's amazing. I don't know if that goes with this song, but I love it. It's really weird. I like that. Uh, yeah, so mental health is real, and Marillion is one of the best in the business at maybe helping you get through whatever it is you're feeling, or helping you feel something you don't know you needed to feel. It's it's very real. It's the only word I have. It's beautiful, beautiful darkness, and that's kind of speechless, guys. Um, mental health is real. I'm gonna feel this one for a while. So much love to y'all. remind me in the comments where most of you live, or if you live everywhere. I don't really know where Marillion's from. So,
They're British. They're British.
okay, all right.
But I was gonna say, guys, don't just listen to us. Listen to the song multiple times. Come up with your own interpretations. That's one of the great things about listening to music. And just I guarantee you, every time you listen to this, you'll hear something else. It's definitely headphone music too.
100%.
Yeah.
I heard. And I felt so many different feelings and brought back memories. A couple memories come back that I haven't thought of, and maybe since it happened.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Damn, I just quoted oh, it's Pearl Jam. Never mind. I thought it was U2. I ain't big on U2. Bono.
And right. But now there be a couple times, guys. You might see my lips moving and nothing coming out. I actually turned off the microphone so I could blow my nose because the song is making me snot, which is again, that's a good thing. So my apologies on that. Mic's back on. Just didn't want the serenity of the moment ruined by the sound of someone blowing their nose.
All right.
Thought I'd share that with you as a moment of humanity, which is fitting for this song.
Yeah. You get clogged up, you gotta blow it out.
Yeah.
It's like
Marillion's fault, man.
it's like your emotions.
Making me all emotional.
All right. Much love, guys. Almost 50 minutes, so thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you. If you're still with us, you're awesome. Love you guys.
That's all.
Digibirder, thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for introducing us to this band because, God, they're awesome.
No doubt.
More Marillion on the way, guys. Thank you so much.
OGT, OGL, howdy.